I don't even know where to begin.
Shall we begin at the beginning? It's a very good place to start. When you're 3, you begin with 1, 2, 3. When you're 4, you begin with do, a deer, a female deer, ray, a jumpa-duppa-doo, shippa-duppa-doo-duppa-doo. My cousin used to think that was to have German bread, not jam and bread. German bread.
One of those. I love it when those things happen. It's one of my favourite. What's that called again? Just getting lyrics.
Song lyric.
Getting lyrics. Oh, goodness gracious. Hello.
Welcome to us.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to Two Girls, One Pod. I am Angie and I'm recording on Turrbal land for now. Where are you, Yvie?
I'm still in Nam recording on Wurundjeri country. I'm Yvie. Always be, always was.
Yvie Jones. Well, actually, debatable. But here we are. Here we are having a lovely little chat once again in your ear holes. I was going to say we don't have a lot of like exciting stuff going on at the moment, so we were going to do a TV recap because it's my favourite thing to do mostly. But that's not true because I have always got so many things to do. But I always find my things to do, I can't be bothered to talk about them, which is really bad because I have a podcast, so I should want to talk about them.
No, it says a lot about how good TV is.
It does.
That's us. That's the original us. We're the OGs.
I'd much rather talk about a television show than, getting ready for a trip, tips and tricks for that stuff, tips and trips for tenants, getting tenants in, talking about septic tanks. You know what? That's my real life and it can stay there, and I'd rather talk about the one, the only, that has been living rent-free in most of our brains for the past 8 months or so, but since 2013, Vanderpump Rules. You know what? I have been so excited to talk about this, but I couldn't think of where to talk about it because this platform, we talk about shows, but you don't watch Vanderpump. You don't watch a lot of the shows I watch reality TV-wise because I'm a sicko for them. Yep. I'm a sicko for Bravo. Right. I'm a Bravo whore.
That's
and I'm not even apologising. So you don't even have to tell me it's okay.
Don't even apologise for it.
I love it.
Yeah. And I like TV shows that you don't watch. So there's two styles of shows that neither of us get into.
Yeah.
So this is kind of good because I have accidentally gotten into Vanderpump Rules because of the massive scandal that has been going on in the last 8 months. So, but the really interesting thing is I still don't watch the show.
It's
but
everywhere.
I do TikTok. Yeah, it's everywhere. Like I can't avoid it.
You can't avoid it. You actually would have to go out of your way to I don't even know how you would. You'd have to just not look on social media actually to avoid it.
Exactly. Or you would have to put in a word from an app that makes sure
blocks
that if
out.
there's anything that that blocks it out.
Okay. Well, if you don't know what Vanderpump is, I kind of don't feel that bad for you because, then you have a life. So, congratulations. But there's been a huge scandal with Vanderpump Rules, which has been dubbed as #Sandoval. And you can watch the latest seasons if you want to, and the last, I think, 8 of them or 9 of them on Binge or Hey You. I personally watch them on Hey You because they have the swear words. But Hey You app always crashes, which is annoying. So that's a sad one. But just to give you a little bit of an update, just in case you haven't been playing along, Vanderpump Rules originated from Lisa Vanderpump, who was on Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. Lisa Vanderpump owns a gazillion restaurants across America. I think maybe even in one overseas, somewhere else too. She's just a queen. She's a massive advocate for the gays, bays and theys. She's a massive animal rescue advocate, especially for dogs, foster dogs. She owns Vanderpump Dogs. She owns many restaurants, and one of the restaurants has a show called Vanderpump Rules, started off at Sir. So I've been following these people since 2013. So there were fireworks in part 3 of the reunion. So there was a 3-part reunion.
3-part.
To
That's
end
huge
this
for a reunion.
season, because that's how big it was. Exactly.
Big.
So big. So Ariana Madix launched insults and F-bombs at her castmate Raquel because Raquel has recently had an affair with Tom Sandoval. Tom Sandoval has been Ariana's partner since pretty much the 3rd season in or 2nd season in of Vanderpump. He was with Kristen Doherty before that, but they did.
Where's Kristen Doherty now?
She's not here anymore. She got kicked off around the time the Black Lives Matter movement happened. A bunch of them got kicked off because they went back over their Instagrams and social medias over time and they did racial slurs.
Is that right?
A bunch of them, had to apologise and got kicked off, like the biggest cast members. And Lisa wouldn't let them
That's
back on.
Huge.
Yeah, it was huge.
Great.
About 3 years ago that happened. So around that 3 year ago mark, people were like, Vanderpump's done. Like if Jax isn't on it, if Brittany's not on it, if Kristen's not on it, if Stacy's not on it, boring. But boy, were they wrong. Because shit got heckers this season. So Raquel used to be with James Kennedy, right? James Kennedy is like Sir's DJ. He's an English person living in America, gets away with murder. Real piece of shit.
I've got questions.
Okay, go. Oh my God, she's printed
Is that
it off.
that? Yeah, I've printed it. I've printed off a photo of the cast. Okay, so Angie's going to see it and she's going to tell me. Angie, can you see how I've got
gotta lift it up a
some
bit higher.
names?
Can you lift
see
it?
how I've got? See how I've got some names,
I can't.
but then I've got some question marks up here.
Yeah, I can't really read it, so you're going to have to read it out to me. Yeah.
Okay, who is this? This guy down here.
That's James Kennedy.
This one.
DJ
That's
James Kennedy.
All right, James. I'm writing that down. His
That's
name's
DJ James Kennedy. He's from England, but he lives in the US now, and he thinks he's he calls himself the white Kanye West.
Does he?
Yeah, he's a loser.
Okay. Is he a loser?
I don't like him. I think he is a misogynist, piece of shit, horrible to women. So there's so much to unpack, right? Because Raquel was with
a loser. Yep.
Raquel was with James for I think 5 years. They got engaged. She broke up with him I think last season. Let's say last season, right?
Okay.
And it was quite a big deal because we've only ever known Raquel, who's in #Sandoval, who had the affair with Tom, Ariana's partner. Ariana and Tom have been together for 9 years. They own a house. They own dogs. They're practically married. But Ariana doesn't believe in marriage. So they're still married, though. Like, really. Like, pretty much. In the eyes of, So Raquel and James Kennedy were together for 5 years. In this time, James Kennedy was like an avid alcohol. Like he was known for being an alcoholic, misogynist. He would constantly verbally abuse all of his partners. And what we saw in front of the camera was so dangerous. I can't even imagine the abuse Raquel copped. So she started the show when she was 21. She's now 28. And I've always thought and seen Raquel as being somebody that has a lot of issues. Like she was very timid. She didn't really know how to communicate or express her emotions. Either she had some kind of really deep depression or anxiety, or I always thought she may be on the spectrum because she didn't know how to connect with people, or she didn't know when to cry or when to laugh. And it has come out recently that she's actually been diagnosed with autism or something on the spectrum. But people are saying you can't use your mental health now. You're just a fucking asshole. And I disagree.
That's not mental health, though, autism.
No, it's not. But she's also said she's been, as soon as the finale finished recording, she put herself into rehab for mental health and also substance abuse. So she's got a lot going on post the breakup of her and James, and she was finally single, and she did a really bad thing. Like what she did to Ariana was disgusting. I'm not taking away from that. It's one of the hugest scandals in Bravo history. But the amount of backlash she's received as a woman Like, she's gone into a rehabilitation facility. I think it's up to like 68 days. As soon as all of the backlash came, the amount of abuse she copped from her castmates, her friends, but the whole world who watches the show. And Tom Sandoval is out there with his stupid fucking band touring, still owning his bars. I don't even know if he goes and visits her in rehab. So to me, it's like Raquel has realized what she's done and she's really struggling. Like, she is mentally unwell and she's recently, been diagnosed with a new...
But she didn't cheat on anyone, did she?
But she was Ariana's best friend.
Best friend?
Yeah, they were best friends.
Ooh, that's nasty.
Yeah. So
she didn't cheat though, but she went behind her best friend's back. He cheated.
He cheated on his 9-year-long relationship with his girlfriend's best friend. So he is way worse.
Oh, he's way worse.
But for some reason, the internet does not seem to think so. The amount of shit that Raquel has copped as a woman is
not what he's copying.
He's copying it, but he doesn't care. Because men bounce back. Men still get fucked. Men still make money.
Well, he's on tour.
He's on tour with his stupid band. It does like covers and he's so terrible. But the thing is, Sandoval has a history. He's a 40-year-old man or 41-year-old man. He has a history of cheating. He got Ariana by cheating on Kristen with Ariana. So the same way she got her man, she lost her man. No excuses. Not saying that she should have kept that in mind. But...
And Kristen used to be on the show and she was one of the ones that got asked to leave because of the racism.
Yes. Okay. From memory. Okay. And she was also always just she was just a troubled one, Kristen, but she hates Tom. During the reunion, Raquel was mostly separated from the cast due to a restraining order she had against a castmate, Sheena Shea. So Sheena Shea and Raquel were best friends, but Sheena is also best friends with Ariana. And the day...
So the three of them were best friends?
A bunch of them are best friends. There's Lala as well. Yeah. There's Katie. They're all in a show together, but some are just closer than others.
All right, who is this girl?
That's Lala.
Okay. Lala.
Lala, you'll see a lot on...
I keep hearing Lala.
Well, she's the one that's profited off this whole Sandoval the most. She is doing recaps of the podcast. She's selling merchandise. She is the kick-off queen. And a lot of people have issue with her because they're like, it's not even your fight, like your battle to fight or whatever that saying is.
So she's just commentating on it?
Oh, yeah. She's like in there like swimwear.
And what do you think of Lala?
I think Lala is she's a badass and she's very headstrong and I like the empire she's created. But I also think she's a massive hypocrite and a huge bully and she should be very careful of what she's saying.
Right, because on the reunion, because that's what I have watched.
Yeah.
They've all just went really hard on Sandoval and Raquel. She came in and everyone just kept saying the word disgusting. It's disgusting. Yeah. It's so disgusting. Everything is disgusting. And then Tom Sandoval, he's really quite disgusting.
Yeah, he's scary.
And so in the reunion, the girl Lala, who I was wondering what her name was, and James, who I was wondering what their names were, they were seated next to each other. Now, they were in the reunion, they were the loudest.
Yeah,
right?
And so best friend bullies. But they also used to and they cheated on Raquel when Raquel and James were together. So Lala's done the same thing, but Lala and Raquel aren't friends.
Because it looked to me, watching the reunion, that they had done nothing wrong. No. And they were just defending the poor girl that got cheated on. And it looks like at the reunion that Sandoval doesn't get nearly as much of the heat as the girl did, Raquel. Raquel, she looked like a little bit of like a damaged deer.
She does look like a deer in headlights, doesn't she? Lala once called her a Bambi-eyed bitch. So that's kind of what she looks like, a Bambi-eyed bitch.
Yeah. she owned everything. I mean, he did as well, but he was defensive. She wasn't defensive. Like, she didn't defend herself. She just owned it and said,
I'm a horrible
it's all just really,
person.
really bad.
Yeah.
I'm a really selfish person. And then they were like, selfish is not even the word you should be
You're
using.
demented.
It's disgusting.
Yeah,
you're
you
a
should-
sociopath. You're a psychopath.
What did she say?
I guess
Ariana's
I'm
like,
really
you
rude.
should yourself with a cheese grater. I hope the worst things that could ever happen to a person happens to you. And I was like, Ariana, you had like such a moment to look so hot and be so powerful. And Ariana's comebacks were just not it. They did not pass the vibe check. They were so embarrassing. It was like she was so overwhelmed, which she would be because her whole life has fallen apart, but she's also become a millionaire from it and she's got a really hot boyfriend. So like Sandoval's gross, bye. But I understand there's so much betrayal there. But I always thought Ariana was like the cool, funny, alternative, kind of didn't want to get married, didn't want to have babies, real feminist. She's queer as well, like bisexual.
Okay.
I always thought she was quite cool. But when I watched her react, I was like, oh, that's just
Bullish
ugly.
vibes.
It's really
Bullying.
ugly. Yeah. And I know what Ariana and what Raquel and Tom have done is so disgusting, how they went behind her back and for so long and all the lies and hanging out with her all together while they're f***ing and they f***ed in her bed while her grandma was like, she was at her grandma's funeral. Like unforgivable things. But wouldn't you look at Raquel and knowing Sandoval and be like, this is a damaged 28-year-old girl that joined the show at 21, has been engaged to complete and utter alcoholic narcissist James Kennedy for 5 years. She's just got out. You know your boyfriend is also a narcissistic creep who's like 15 years older than her, preying on this vulnerable new kind of drunk girl that's, finally out and about now. Like, but she's going so hard and telling her that she wants her to f*** herself with a cheese grater and pretty much hopes that she dies. Like, you're a 36-year-old woman. Why are you saying shit like that? Like, if I was her, I would have just like really held myself but looked at them with eyes and just been like, I feel really sorry for you. You must be so f***ing hurt to do something this disgusting. And I hope you do the work and you get help because you are not well. I wouldn't be like, f*** yourself with a cheese grater. Like, grow up. That's so lame.
Well, I think if she is going to say that, though, it would be to him.
Yeah, not her. It's just like, it's like picking
it's always
on a
at the
baby.
woman. Yeah. Like she's made a huge mistake. And she's going to pay the price, and she is paying the price for it. But he just keeps doing the same thing over and over again. And he also said that he had sex with Ariana and she had a shirt on and that was hot. That was one of the worst things I've ever seen. Like, I reacted to that and Andy Cohen reacted to that the exact same way I was watching it, and which I imagine everyone reacted as just like, who says that? And that's
so
why
weird.
those two, Lala and James, who I know their names now, those two really went hard on that. And I was like,
you're disgusting.
yes, that is, because it was such an extremely condescending, misogynistic thing to say to a woman, especially someone you've just cheated on.
Yeah.
While you were cheating on, you had sex with her and she kept her shirt on and you insult her about it. Like, that was actually one of the nastiest things. It was
He's a
such
monster.
a simple thing to say.
Yeah.
It was
Well, he knows
really,
she's got an eating disorder
he
too.
threw-
He knows what to
Oh
say.
my God.
Yeah, she's suffered terribly with an eating disorder since the beginning of the show. This person, Tom Sandoval, who we should be focusing on, not Raquel, she's put herself in. It's a voluntary space for where you go when you need to get evaluated, because she wanted to get evaluated. She's not doing well, and she's numbing with drugs and alcohol, which a lot of people are guilty of. She's going now. She's doing the work. She did an interview 6 days later after the reunion, and you watch that, she starts to cry. She shows emotion. She says, I can't talk about that because I don't have anyone around me now. Tom Sandoval is the only person I have. If I turn on him, I have no one. He has done exactly what a narcissist does. He's got her on her own. He's made her look like the victim. She's completely isolated. She's the Looney Tune in the mental ward. getting evaluated for an affair that he's fucking
laughing.
started. And he's out touring with his shirt off, making money, telling his ex-partner that she is gross because she wants to with her shirt on, probably because he picks on her body all the time because she's aged since she met him and she's gained weight. Like she said this, her words, not mine. And he knows that this man he's a dangerous man. I think there was an article that came out where Lala's like, it was like, can Raquel bounce back from this? And Lala's like, I think she can. I think Raquel has 100% made a mistake. 100, disgusting, horrible. I don't know how she can forgive herself. It'll take a lot of time. But I think she can bounce back because I don't think she's well and I think she needs a lot of TLC. She's actually also adopted, so she's got a whole identity crisis behind that herself.
Rejection issues.
A lot of rejection issues, and she just wants to be loved. She's been in a narcissistic relationship with James Kennedy, who is so mentally abusive. Like, I can't even believe they don't even bring this up in the reunions. It blows my mind. And everyone on social media is championing James Kennedy like, oh, he's so funny. Oh, he's so funny this season. Just because Raquel's cheated and done this horrible thing does not take away from the fact that James Kennedy is a monster that has hurt so many people and is also scary like Sandoval. He just didn't get caught doing things as bad. The person we should be focusing on the most is Tom Sandoval. He's the real monster out here pretending like he can get on with his life while his person he's cheated on with is in like getting mentally evaluated and probably really struggling with her mental health over her really stupid decision she made. Yes, people make mistakes. She had an affair.
She wasn't even with anyone.
Yeah, it's just like a really bad thing to do to your best friend.
She didn't cheat. Yeah, she betrayed her best friend.
Yeah.
Which a lot of people do. And, you know, unfortunately, you know, because lust is there. Sounds like she was preyed upon maybe by him because she doesn't sound like she was all together.
I don't think she was.
Okay, so lastly, that's a great little catch-up, recap everything. What I want to know now is, will they all be on the next season?
That's like the question on everybody's lips is...
Oh, okay. So there's no decision made on that.
So Bravo has never done this before. They picked up cameras straight away as soon as the affair got revealed. Ariana found out because she was at Tom's concert and his phone slipped out and she grabbed his phone to hold it. And while he was off like talking after he was performing, something in her like a female like sign, like intuition was like, check his phone, and she never does normally. They've been together forever, and there was a FaceTime record of him recording Raquel and him f***ing on FaceTime, which is also illegal, isn't it?
Well, it isn't if you have consent.
Well, she'd say yes to anything, the poor thing.
So he had consent. There's no sound though, just so you know.
What's that?
There's no sound. You can screen record your FaceTiming, but there's no sound.
Yes. No, I did realise that because I did that with my last
So
FaceTime.
They picked up cameras now. So they're filming again right now.
Yeah, as soon as it was found out, Bravo was like, holy f***ing shit, because everybody was saying it looked like it was fake because it was too out of this world. It was like, this has to be fake. This is not real. This is too good of drama. And there's all this proof that it was right in front of everybody's eyes and it wasn't fake. And they picked up and recording's going to start and nobody knows. Recording started for the post-Sandoval, but they'll start again soon to be like, okay, where do we go from here? Like, I don't think Raquel will come back. I think she'll be sick. Tom Sandoval will not leave. He needs the cash money. Ariana will come back. Yeah.
Well, they should get rid of him.
Nah, he'll come back. They have to. He's got restaurants with Lisa that's a part of the show too.
Well, so what's Lisa think of him?
This is a tough one because I love Lisa, but I was actually having a conversation with a friend who also loves Vanderpump. Lisa is such a queen, but Lisa's got really pick-me girl energy and she doesn't realise it, but she often takes men's side, which really disappoints me.
Yes.
That's one of Lisa's big faults. And another thing that she always does, she used to do in the earlier seasons, because I started watching it from start to finish again recently because I'm sicko.
Oh, okay.
She says stuff like, oh, don't be such a pussy. What, do you have a vagina? Like, come on, man up. She used to say that a lot. And I'm like,
that's
girl, that
awful.
is
Yeah.
not it. But she's old and she's English. And that was like
Yeah,
8
she's
years
probably
ago.
learnt from that too, if someone's
I
pointed
think
it out to
so.
her.
I think she's learnt from that. But she often will be like, oh, well, come on, he's not saying it's the right thing. And it's like, Lisa, stop making excuses. He's a 41-year-old man and he's gross.
Yeah, he knows what he's doing.
She has time to
I
bounce
would break
back.
ties with him.
Yes.
if I were her.
Never. Catch you never. Oh my gosh. Guess what's back? And it hasn't been here for a while.
Oh, what?
Yvie's useless/useful facts. Are they useful or are they useless? You decide.
Yeah.
Very good.
We did have a little one last week, remember? When we had
You did.
when was it last week? It was one of the episodes we had Megan on, and
Yes.
I popped one in. I was like a little sneak attack.
Snuck one in. You snuck a gossip
Surprise
one
attack
in.
with the goth. With yes. So there was a nice little useful fact. Useful, yes. I do believe it was. Okay, so this week I've got another brilliant one. Another short one. No, actually, it's a little bit longer. Next week's one is going. Can I just say thank you to everyone that's been asking for this to come back? It's such an interesting little segment, isn't it?
It's great.
Because I am obsessed with these kind of things, as you know. So it's so nice because you've been reacting so well to them and everyone else has as well. It's like, who doesn't want to know stuff?
Oh, I love knowing stuff.
I mean, it's stuff. Who doesn't want to know?
You can use it
Am
at
I
a
right?
dinner party. You can use it
Am I right?
at a work meeting. It just gets the crowd
Matter of
going.
fact, I'm going to use it now.
Oh, do it.
Get
I
it?
dare ya.
Do you see what I did with that?
Yeah, very good.
Thanks very much. All right, I'm going down. I was just filling in some time until I found it. Did you like how I did that? All right, let's go.
Wow, that was actually
Here we
really
go.
impressive. I didn't pick up on that at all.
Oh, well, I shouldn't have said anything then.
You've done me.
Should I? England is so old.
Yeah.
The end.
What? I didn't know. What the hell? This is brand new
so useful.
information.
It's been around for a really long time. You know, it's so old and it's really small. Like, it is so small. It is the size of your studio unit in the yurt. That's how small it is. It's a really small country.
Tiny.
And the local folks, they actually started running out of places to bury people.
Yeah.
Which you would. I mean,
yeah.
you've got population, right? And it's just churning over. It's churning over. But you've only got a really small plot of land, really. So what do you think you would have to do, Angie, if you had a small plot of land, people keep dying and you want to bury them?
Well, you have to start piling them on top of each other, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah. So, you'd have to start digging up old graves and reusing them. And that's what they did. And so they did that for a long time. They probably still do it a little bit. Because the old graves, there's nothing left.
Like the bones
there's
are
corpses, but they're
deteriorated.
skeletons.
Yeah.
Right? They're probably just bones. So they would dig up the coffins
Yeah.
and they would take the bones to a bone house and then they would just reuse the grave, okay? So the bones are being kind of preserved or kept or whatever.
Yeah.
Okay, here's the thing. When reopening those coffins, 1 out of 25 coffins were found to have scratch marks on the inside. And they realised that they'd been burying people alive. So that kind of ties in. Do you remember the useless fact that we had
Yeah.
ages ago where people were dying and that's how they ended up having a
Awake. Yeah.
Awake.
And then
Okay.
the graveyard shift.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep, graveyard. Exactly.
Because they dingle the bell.
So have I done this one? This is the dingle the bell.
Oh, gosh.
But I don't think I did tell you.
Wait, did I just
How did they dingle the bell?
I can't remember.
Okay. Well, let's just cut that little bit out, right?
No, it's funny.
I'll
Let's
keep
see
it
if
in
you
then.
can bounce back. Let's see if it can bounce back.
All right, because I think there is something in this one that I haven't told you.
Okay.
So you do know of the dingle of the bell. So what they ended up doing was they would put someone in a coffin that they assumed was dead, and they would tie a piece of string to the wrist of the corpse.
Yeah.
And they would lead it through the coffin and up through the ground, and they would tie it to a bell. Okay, so that's how you would get a dead ringer, right?
Yeah, that's that one. That's that story.
Well, that's it. That's the story. The end.
Oh, no!
The person that sat there would have to sit there and wait, and if they heard a bell ring, they would be called a dead ringer. But that's also where we got the graveyard. Okay, I'm starting to repeat my useless facts.
Oh, well, I'm not surprised. Are you surprised? Why don't you write them down and cross them off?
I have. I thought I did.
Remember,
But you know what? I'm just remembering what I've done.
You
know
put
what
too
I've
many
done.
in one.
I put this one
In
in
the
one
other
that wasn't
one.
there. I just kind of
Yeah.
added it verbally.
Because there was one
Dumb.
There was one time you did a useless
was
fact.
one time? Yeah.
And there was like 3. There was like the
Yeah.
wake, dead ringer,
Yes.
like
Yeah.
the lead poisoning thing.
Yeah. It's all
Vibes.
together.
It was all in
The
one. You
graveyard
could've-
shift. They were
the
the three.
graveyard shift. You could have
You're
crumbed me. You could have given me breadcrumbs and like crumbed them out, but you didn't. You just freaking ham sandwiched me.
Well, look, because we've redone one, that's not fair. I'm just going to give you a tiny little one, because if I haven't actually given you a useless fact, I've given you a regurgitated useless fact.
But some people
then that's
might not
going
have
to make
known.
people happy.
Yeah.
Well,
okay.
if they haven't listened, then no, they wouldn't have known. But Jesus, where have you been, guys? Why are you not listening? What's going
It's
on?
your favourite time of the podcast.
When you have a play, when you do a play or you do anything these days, especially only in Australia, say in Australia, you say what just before you start it. Someone's, instead of congratulations, what do we say in this
Break a
country
leg.
to each other? No, chookers.
Oh, okay. Sad one.
Chookers.
Yeah, chookers. Chookers.
I'll find the break a leg one for
Okay.
you. Okay.
Yeah, that'd be a
Right?
good one.
Okay. In Strine language, you know what Strine language is? Lingo? What
No.
Strine lingo is?
No.
Strine lingo is kind of that, going down the road to have a couple of Britney Spears, going down the Frog and Toad to the Rub and Dub to have a couple of Britney Spears. Yeah, okay, that's called Strine.
pineapples. Yeah. No?
What?
The $50
What?
notes.
What the hell is a... Oh, shit, I've just
Dog
pulled
and
my
bone.
ear out. Hang on.
Dog and bone is phone.
Pineapples. You've just come up with pineapples. My Susan Beryl must be around because you've just randomly said pineapples.
It's a $50
Oh,
note.
Mum, hi. Good. Yeah, it is. It is.
Yeah.
What's a $100 note?
I can't remember. Something green? Oh, no. Is
Yeah,
it
green.
green?
Yeah, it's green. I don't know.
Maybe a
I'll
papaya.
come back to you with that. Papaya. But not a ripe one. Maybe an
No.
apple,
Maybe an apple.
but not a red one.
Granny Smith.
Granny Smith. Let's make up our own strine, shall we?
I love Strine.
All right, so
Captain
do
Cook.
I love it on toast. Yeah, Captain Cook, having a look. Yeah,
Yeah,
okay.
or cooked even.
So in the Strine lingo, chook means, Angie?
Look.
No, it means chicken.
Oh, yeah. Chook. Like you're
yeah, let's say that.
You're a chook.
This is not going exactly how I wanted it to.
This
but
is so
I'm loving
bad.
it anyway.
It's so,
This is
it's so
us.
bad
It
that
is
it's
so
good.
us. During music hall vaudeville days, before refrigeration as we know it, chicken was a very expensive meal. It had to be fresh and cooked and eaten on the same day. So it was a rarity for itinerant performers to be able to afford to eat chicken. Therefore, if the stage manager saw a full house, the call became chookers, meaning we've got a full house tonight. That means we're going to be eating chicken. Today, it means good luck and hope you play to a full house.
Oh, well, there you go.
I got one.
I
out. What
actually
do you think?
had no idea about that one.
Where
I
chookers
always
came
thought
from.
about
No, me neither.
what did chookers mean, because I always see, especially Julia Morris, she always does
Yeah,
a
chookers.
chookers. So I'd always be
Yes.
like, wonder where chookers came from.
Chookers
And you know
style.
what? I just found
I
out.
know. Now,
I mean,
you know what? I'm I'm going to cook you a really nice chicken dinner.
I'm gonna cook you a chukas.
I'm going to cook you you know what? I'm going to cook you a real nice dinner. I'm going to cook you a real nice dinner. We should tell everyone where that comes from, but let's tell everyone next week where that comes from.
Yeah, because I feel like this one's
because that just comes from us, but something that we used to watch all the time.
Yes, we do. We love that. We'll save that for another day. That was
That's the way you're doing.
That was a lot. If you kept up with that, good on you. If you didn't, it's okay, because I'm surprised we even got to the end of this.
As both of us, actually, we're both lost, but we got there in the end, and that's the main thing. It's not the journey; it's the destination. Something.
It's something like that.
It's the opposite. Yeah, like it is, you know. But if the destination is final,
not the destination,
then it's probably
the
not
journey.
great. But
Enjoy the ride, sickos.
Please come back and listen to us next week. We love you. Rate and review the show, 5 stars only, and subscribe to us. And share it with us. Share us with your friends. Please. And we will talk to you next week. And you know what we say in the end of every show?
She's French.
Say it in the French language. Say it, Angie.
I don't know how to do the French language. That's the way you're doing. And have the day
you deserve. Bye. Ciao. No.
Ciao.
Au revoir.
No. Au revoir. That's it.
Au revoir.
Oh, we mixed everything.
Je t'aime. Oh, look, I'm waving. Who am I waving at? You.
Oh, my cheeks hurt.